Gunslingers, welcome to our next episode of Chief's Corner. We have a very special guest with us today, Captain Brad Anson from the 390th, who is here today to speak to us and kind of let us know about a great opportunity that we're going to support across the wing to bolster our fitness. It's called the Taji 100 Challenge. But before we talk about that challenge, sir, I'd love to just ask you to introduce yourself to our listeners who are tuning in. It's at least my wife, Cassandra, then I'm not sure if anybody else is tuning in or not, but I've heard maybe a couple others. But if you could share a little bit about yourself and kind of what you do for the wings.
Will do, Chief. Yeah, I'm Captain Anson. I'm an operator at the 390th, flight commander and an OPSO. At the 390th, we move quick through target space to affect who our decision makers want us to affect. It's a great job, it's a great squadron, and probably the most fulfilling that I've had at this point in my Air Force career. And there's a lot of runners there, the 390th, who I found love to compete, which is why I'm here with you today, Chief.
Cool. Yeah, and I think you're, I don't know if you emphasize it enough, the Coyotes are an incredible squadron.
Absolutely.
The 390th does incredible things for certainly our Air Force, but our national security. And it is just a tremendous honor to serve with you. And just to watch and admire what the Coyotes do every single day. It's pretty cool.
Feel the same, Chief.
And you know, Coyotes, they tend to be in a pack and they tend to move fast. So you mentioned them being runners. So I like to consider myself a runner too. So here recently, you know, starting off the new year, I think I saw a note about a pretty cool opportunity that was happening within the 67 COG. And then I think everybody unanimously said, you know, let's make this wing wide. If you could explain a little bit about what this fitness challenge is about, and then how we're going to execute this across the wing.
Will do. The Taji 100 is not an Air Force specific event, but it is a military rooted event. It came out of a base in Iraq in the 2000s, early to mid 2000s, 2010 or so. An entrepreneurial captain was looking around her base and said, man, everyone here is bored and getting out of shape because there's not much to do when you're working 7 days a week, 12 hours a day. That's just the life while you're deployed. That was my life. I'm sure you've had the same, Chief.
Yes, sir.
You're just bored. And so she said, hey, everybody, let's change the status quo. For the month of February, I challenge all of you to run, walk, or bike 100 or more miles in the 28 days of February. It wasn't a leap year, the year they started. So they had just the 28 days from the first minute of the first day of February to the last on the 28th. So at the 67th Cyber Wing, the goal now for our squadrons is to encourage and bolster the airmen amongst you and challenge each other to each complete the same challenge. The Taji allows you to run, walk, bike, elliptical, swim, row. I think I'm forgetting at least one other way to engage in that fitness. But depending on which activity you can do, it logs differently with the number of miles. So biking doesn't count quite the same as running or walking. But swimming counts for more. So if you're a swimmer, you can participate just the same. So what the 390th, what I'd like to do, what we did at the 390th last year was compete internally. And so I want to push that out to the wing and have squadrons take their teams and look at stats across the wing and have some healthy competition amongst the squadrons. I know that we're not the only runners. I know that there's some engaged athletes in all over the 67th Cyber Wing, and I'd love to see what each squadron can do.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, Captain Anson, thanks for your willingness to give all gunslingers a chance to participate in this. Like you said, the Taji 100, it's deeply rooted within our profession of arms for a few decades now. All the services, you do this each time of the year in different formations across the military. But here within the 67 Cyberspace Wing, I've heard just a few years back, we had a pretty awesome, famous Chief Master Sergeant who was the command chief at the time, Chief Hopkins. I think I heard he biked the 100 miles in the first hour of the challenge or something like that. But it is something we're excited, thanks to your leadership, but your willingness and your passion about fitness, to bring this back across the 67 Cyberspace Wing. So what we're going to do, coming into the month of February now, here soon, we're going to have an opportunity to get this information out, certainly through our leadership formations, but we're planning to have kind of like a fun leaderboard that we'll find ways to incorporate that. Thank you for helping manage that, but we can kind of know where we're at each week as we're progressing through the month of February. And our wing commander, Colonel John Picklesheimer, his guiding principles for our wing are to compete and to partner and to shine. And in many ways, this is going to hit all three within the wing as gunslingers, because we can compete, against the Coyotes or against all the organizations in the wing that are going to participate. But as a squadron, as a unit, we can partner together, and then certainly we can shine. And for those who do shine as the best of the best in terms of the squadrons, like as you mentioned, with the most mileage, and then the individual awards of who got to the 100 the fastest, and who ran the most miles, or who swam the most miles, and who biked. There's certainly going to be accolades at the end to help them shine. So working with the command teams, I think I heard a pass day will be presented on those individual awards, and then for the squadrons that win those awards, there'll be an opportunity for them to spend time together and do something fun outside of the office that they're definitely going to deserve. So Captain Anson, sir, thank you so much for spending time today to highlight this Taji 100 challenge that we're going to bring back to the 67 Cyberspace Wing as a fun way to start 2025, emphasizing the importance of our physical resiliency that certainly taps into all the other pillars of fitness as well. Yes. But looking forward to competing against you in the leaderboard. I'm pretty sure I'll be somewhere near the bottom, and you'll be somewhere near the top.
We'll see, Chief.
But excited to participate in that this year as a gunslinger. Thanks for your leadership on this, sir.
Thanks, Chief. I'm so happy that I could be a part of the podcast, and like you said, the resilience. I have to add, I get so much out of being physically active. I have a lot of kids, and I know a lot of gunslingers do too. It just pushes up all the pillars all at the same time. Find a podcast you want to listen to, some music, and it fuses it all together in a nice package. And I want to see that. I want to see everyone in the wing get as excited as I do.
Absolutely. Yes, sir. Well, thank you so much, sir. We appreciate having you on the Chief's Corner. For all the gunslingers tuned in today, thanks for listening. We're excited to see you on those leaderboards that we're going to use to keep track of the progress that you make in the Taji 100 challenge. And good luck to everybody. We hope you boost that resiliency in 2025 as you're competing in the Taji 100. Thanks for tuning in today.